Have you ever felt there's an invisible force shaping everything around you, including your thoughts and actions? Nikola Tesla believed this force was composed of energy, frequency, and vibration, the foundations of the universe. He claimed that by mastering these concepts, anyone could unlock unimaginable potential. What if he was right? What if the secret to transforming your life lies in how you align with these vibrations? Today, we'll explore how this revolutionary idea could change the way you think, feel, and create your reality. Nikola Tesla was more than a brilliant inventor. He was a true alchemist of the mind, capable of turning abstract concepts into groundbreaking inventions. Born in 1856, Tesla grew up in an environment that balanced science and spirituality. His father was an Orthodox priest, while his mother, though without formal education, was a self-taught inventor who inspired young Tesla to explore his intellectual curiosity and creativity from an early age. He carried this duality throughout his life, logical reasoning shaped by his technical background and a deep connection to the mysteries of the universe. From childhood, Tesla displayed an extraordinary ability to create detailed mental images. He didn't need drawings or preliminary sketches. His mind functioned as a three-dimensional laboratory. Throughout his life, he used this skill not only to visualize his inventions, but also to test them mentally. This practice, which we now associate with the concept of mental rehearsal, allowed him to identify flaws and refine his creations without wasting materials or time. It's an approach that many modern scientists now recognize as essential to innovative thinking. Tesla's nighttime routine was a central element of his genius. He believed the hours before sleep were a kind of portal to the deepest levels of consciousness, where extraordinary ideas could be accessed. Tesla often isolated himself in his room at night, away from the distractions of the day. In this tranquil space, he would enter a state of intense focus. Frequently, he would mentally revisit problems encountered during the day, approaching them as if watching a movie in his mind. Every detail of the invention was constructed and tested within this inner reality, enabling him to identify solutions and refinements with astonishing precision. This practice was deeply rooted in Tesla's view of the universe. He believed that everything in the world, including human thoughts, was governed by principles of energy, vibration, and frequency. This perspective influenced both his work and personal life. During his nightly introspection, Tesla sought to tune himself to these universal forces, as if adjusting his mind to a specific frequency to access ideas that didn't yet exist in the physical world. Tesla also recognized the regenerative power of sleep. He was a staunch advocate of rest as a tool to revitalize the mind and body, though his approach was unique. Unlike most people, he slept only 2 or 3 hours a night, claiming that short periods of deep sleep were sufficient for his recovery. Before sleeping, he would devote time to meditation and visualization, believing this habit created an ideal mental state for accessing his deepest creativity. Interestingly, Tesla saw solitude as a necessary component of the creative process. He often said that silence and isolation were the ideal conditions for giving birth to ideas. At night, when the bustle of the day subsided, he could explore the vast expanse of his mind without interruptions. For Tesla, stillness was not merely the absence of noise, but an opportunity to listen to the vibrations of the universe. Moreover, his nighttime routine was not just productive. It was an almost spiritual ritual. He believed that by preparing for sleep with this introspective practice, he was aligning his mind and body with greater universal forces. Tesla saw himself as a channel through which ideas from the cosmos could manifest in the physical world. This concept, which might seem abstract, translated into impressive practical results. Inventions like the alternating current motor and the foundations for radio and wireless transmission technologies Tesla's nighttime routine was far more than a habit for problem solving. It was a philosophy of life, a method of mental exploration that blended science, spirituality, and creativity. He believed that by tuning his mind to the right vibrations before sleeping, he was accessing not just solutions to immediate challenges, but also a continuous flow of inspiration that would shape the future. This approach not only defined Tesla's work, but also serves as a powerful reminder that genius is not a fixed state, but a process cultivated through discipline, introspection, and a profound connection to the universe. The moments before sleep are more than a simple transition between wakefulness and rest. For Nikola Tesla, these hours carried unparalleled potential for mental expansion. He saw the pre-sleep period as a unique opportunity to access deeper levels of consciousness, where innovative ideas and unexpected solutions could emerge. This interval between the conscious and unconscious states was treated by him as a doorway to a dimension of limitless creativity. Tesla believed that, before falling asleep, the mind enters a peculiar state of openness. At this time, the day's distractions dissipate, and the barriers of linear thought weaken, allowing intuition and imagination to flow freely. This state, often associated with the brain's transition into alpha and theta frequencies, creates an ideal mental environment for visualizing complex concepts and exploring innovative ideas. For Tesla, this practice was not merely an intellectual exercise but an almost spiritual ritual. During these moments of nighttime introspection, Tesla would mentally review entire projects, solving problems and refining details. He described these visualizations as extraordinarily vivid, as if he were manipulating elements in an alternate physical world. This process of mental rehearsal was so precise that he often eliminated the need for initial physical prototypes. The period before sleep was not a time for passive relaxation, but a phase of intense creative activity where his mind worked at the peak of its capabilities. For many people, the moments before sleep are filled with worries or scattered thoughts. Tesla, however, transformed this transition into a disciplined practice. He believed that by focusing his attention on specific problems or developing ideas, he was planting seeds in his unconscious mind. These seeds, cultivated during sleep, often blossomed into insights the next day, demonstrating how the unconscious can resolve issues when properly directed. This nighttime practice also reflects Tesla's view of the human mind as a tool that can be fine-tuned like a musical instrument. He understood that creativity and innovation are not mere accidents but the result of conscious effort to explore uncharted mental territories. The moments before sleep, when the mind is most receptive, were, for him, fertile ground where visionary ideas could take root. Tesla not only used this technique to advance his projects, but also to explore concepts others deemed impossible. He believed that human limitations were largely self-imposed and that the mind, if properly directed, could overcome any barrier. His nighttime practice was a practical demonstration of this philosophy, an act of faith in his own creative potential and the limitless capacity of the human mind. Beyond being a creative tool, the moments before sleep also served as a way for Tesla to connect with something greater. He often spoke of the invisible forces of the universe: energy, vibration, and frequency, and believed that his nighttime practice put him in tune with these forces. He saw the mind as an antenna, capable of receiving ideas and inspirations beyond the reach of ordinary thought. This vision not only inspired his inventions, but also shaped his approach to the creative process. By treating the moments before sleep as a sacred space for introspection and creation, Tesla demonstrated that creativity is not a gift, reserved for a few, but a skill that can be cultivated through practice and discipline. He shows us that by dedicating time to exploring our minds in this transitional state, we can uncover insights and ideas beyond our conscious reach. For those looking to adopt this practice, Tesla's example offers a powerful lesson. Instead of simply falling asleep, we can use these moments to plant thoughts, explore possibilities, and open doors to new realms of creativity. Tesla teaches us that by valuing the potential of the moments before sleep, we are, in fact, valuing the immense power of our own minds. Nikola Tesla possessed an extraordinary ability. He could visualize projects with such mental clarity that it seemed as if he were manipulating real objects. This practice, essential to his life as an inventor, was particularly exercised during the hours before sleep. In these moments of introspection, Tesla entered a profound state of concentration, where he mentally recreated entire machines, analyzing every detail and simulating their operation with almost surgical precision. He often said that, in his mind, there was no difference between an imagined prototype and a physical one. This unique approach not only highlighted his genius but also optimized his creative capacity. Tesla's visualization process began with a specific idea or problem he wanted to solve. Before sleeping, he would devote himself to constructing a detailed mental image of the object. It wasn't a superficial sketch. Tesla saw the parts in motion, calculated proportions, identified potential flaws, and even evaluated material resistance. It was as if his mind operated as a fully equipped laboratory with tools and tests functioning in perfect harmony. He didn't rely on notes or initial sketches. According to him, mental visualization was more efficient and allowed for dynamic adjustments. In his words, it was like watching the operation of a machine in real time, but within his mind. If a part didn't function correctly, he would mentally correct the flaw, retest it, and continue refining until everything was perfect. Only after this rigorous mental rehearsal would he move to physical construction, saving time, materials, and effort. This ability resulted from a combination of extreme concentration and disciplined creativity. Tesla had such intense focus that he could completely eliminate external distractions and dive into a state of pure visualization. He believed this deep immersion was more accessible at night, when the world around him was quieter, allowing his mind to operate without interruption. Thus, his nighttime practice became a kind of creative ritual. More than just mentally constructing, Tesla simulated his projects under real-world conditions. He adjusted pressure, tested mechanical tensions, visualized how materials would react to external forces, and even calculated wear over time. It was as if he were an engineer working in modern simulation software, but without computers, only his mind. When the physical prototype was finally built, it rarely required significant modifications because he had already refined everything during his visualizations. Tesla attributed much of his effectiveness to this practice. He believed that by aligning his mind with the universal forces of energy and vibration, he was unlocking a higher level of creative thinking. For him, imagination was not merely a tool for creating something new. It was the key to accessing knowledge that transcended the limitations of the physical world. He viewed the human mind as an interface capable of exploring yet unknown dimensions. One of the most emblematic examples of his mental practice was the creation of the alternating current motor. Tesla imagined the entire design and operation before beginning its construction. He mentally tested the dynamics of the current, anticipated necessary adjustments, and optimized the design. When the motor was finally built, it worked exactly as conceived in his mind. This level of precision was practically incomprehensible to his contemporaries. Tesla's mental visualization was not merely a technical skill, it was also an expression of his philosophy of life. He believed the mind was a powerful channel for accessing truth, and that the ability to visualize was proof of humanity's limitless potential. For him, the act of imagining was as sacred as execution. His practice teaches us that disciplined thinking and focus can transform abstract ideas into concrete realities. By exploring this pre-sleep state, Tesla relied not only on his intelligence but also on an unwavering trust in his intuition and the power of the unconscious. He demonstrates that the human mind, when trained and directed, is a tool that transcends time and space, enabling the boldest ideas to take shape. This practice of visualization remains a legacy that continues to inspire creators, inventors, and thinkers around the world. The power of visualization. Visualization is a powerful practice rooted in both science and intuition. Modern studies show that the brain does not fully distinguish between a real experience and one vividly imagined through mental imagery. When we visualize a situation or an object, we activate the same brain areas that would be engaged if we were experiencing it physically. This discovery underscores the power of visualization, which Nikola Tesla practiced with unparalleled mastery. In the process of visualization, the prefrontal cortex plays a vital role. This region is responsible for imagination, planning, and problem solving. When a person visualizes, for example, the operation of a machine as Tesla often did, the prefrontal cortex acts as a stage where the scenario is constructed, components interact, and solutions emerge. Repeatedly visualizing a concept or idea strengthens the neural connections associated with that experience, making it clearer and more accessible. Another crucial element of the science of visualization relates to brain waves. During deep relaxation states, such as those occurring in the pre-sleep period, the brain shifts into slower frequencies known as alpha and theta waves. These waves are associated with creativity, introspection, and learning. By using the hours before sleep to visualize his projects, Tesla was unknowingly leveraging these frequencies to heighten his creativity and enhance his problem-solving abilities. In these states, the brain becomes more receptive and less prone to the critical thinking characteristic of beta frequencies, which dominate during waking hours. This creates an ideal environment for exploring new ideas without the constraints of rational judgment, allowing innovative solutions to emerge. It is akin to opening a portal to a boundless mental field where the rules of the physical world do not fully apply. Relationship with pre-sleep brain states, alpha and theta. The moments before sleep represent a transitional phase in which the brain operates at specific frequencies, known as alpha and theta states. These states are not merely phases of relaxation. They are fertile ground for creativity, introspection, and solving complex problems. Nikola Tesla intuitively tapped into this window of opportunity, entering a mental state where his imagination and logical reasoning combined in extraordinary ways. The alpha state, characterized by brain waves between 8 and 12 Hz, occurs when we are relaxed yet alert. In this state, the brain begins to disengage from rigid analytical thinking, allowing for a freer flow of ideas. It is a time when the mind becomes more receptive, less critical, and more open to forming new connections. For Tesla, this marked the start of a process where technical challenges could be approached with a more creative and innovative perspective. The theta state, with slower frequencies ranging from 4 to 8 Hz, occurs just before falling asleep and during light sleep. In this state, the brain accesses deep memories, intuitions, and insights that are not available during normal wakefulness. The combination of these two states creates the ideal mental environment for visualizing complex projects. Tesla understood that by entering this pre-sleep state, he was harnessing the full potential of his creative mind. During these states, the barriers between the conscious and unconscious mind become thinner. This allows the mind to access ideas stored at deeper levels of the subconscious, connecting pieces of information that might seem unrelated in normal waking states. This is why many people report sudden solutions to problems either upon waking or right before falling asleep. The brain uses these moments to synthesize information and deliver insights. Tesla, by leveraging these states to visualize his inventions, was essentially training his mind to function as a supercomputer. He not only accessed these intuitive ideas but also consciously manipulated them, testing and refining details with remarkable precision. This process was crucial to his success as an inventor, enabling him to tackle challenges with uncommon clarity. Nikola Tesla used the moments before sleep as a tool for creation and discovery. Inspired by his method, you can apply a similar technique in your own life. This process blends focus, imagination, and relaxation to tap into deeper levels of the mind, helping you find creative solutions to problems or explore new ideas. Choose a problem or idea to focus on before sleeping. Clearly identify what you want to explore before starting the practice. It could be a work-related issue, an important decision, or a creative project you wish to develop. Write down your question in a simple phrase such as, "What is the best approach for my project?" Or, "How can I resolve this specific work situation?" This helps direct your mind, making the process focused rather than scattered. Practice creating detailed mental images. Close your eyes and begin to imagine your chosen issue as a concrete scene. For example, if it's a technical problem, visualize the components of the issue in detail, the parts, movements, or interactions. Engage your senses in the visualization. Imagine colors, textures, sounds, and even smells, if applicable. The richer the mental image, the more deeply your brain processes the information. For abstract situations like decisions or strategies, visualize possible scenarios as if watching a movie. Observe the details and your reactions to them. Example: if you're designing a product, construct each part in your mind. See how they fit together, how they move, and imagine the product in use. If something seems off, adjust the mental image and test again. Relax and let your mind explore solutions without pressure. After creating the initial image, let your mind flow. Don't force solutions. Simply observe what unfolds while staying focused on the problem. If ideas arise, follow them. If your mind wanders, gently bring your focus back to the original issue. This process taps into the openness of alpha and theta brain states, where intuition can guide insights that logical daytime thinking might overlook. Create an environment conducive to relaxation to maximize results. Eliminate distractions and set up an environment that supports the practice. Silence or calming sounds. Choose a quiet space or use soothing sounds like ambient music or natural noises, running water, wind, etc. Soft lighting. Opt for dim lighting to encourage relaxation. Comfortable posture. Lie down or sit in a relaxed position, remaining alert enough not to fall asleep immediately. Avoid technology. Turn off electronic devices like phones or TVs that could overstimulate your mind. Guided practice. Here's a brief meditation inspired by Tesla's method to get started. 1. Lie down or sit comfortably. 2. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. As you exhale, imagine releasing any tension from the day. 3. Focus on the question or idea you wish to explore. Visualize it as an object or a scene before you. 4. Imagine the details of your issue. If it's an object, observe its shape, color, texture, and movement. If it's a situation, visualize the people, places, and actions involved. 5. Let the mental image evolve naturally. Solutions or unexpected adjustments might emerge. Don't force them, just observe. 6. Before finishing, mentally capture any insights or ideas that surfaced. Remind yourself that your mind will continue working on the issue as you sleep. 7. Take a deep breath, open your eyes and briefly jot down any insights that came to you. The power of visualization, the visualization practice developed by Nikola Tesla, offers benefits that go far beyond solving technical problems. It serves as a bridge between creativity and logical reasoning, enabling new ideas and practical solutions to emerge more naturally. The act of imagining detailed scenarios activates brain areas responsible for creativity and associative thinking. When we use visualization, we connect seemingly unrelated pieces of information, generating innovative solutions that traditional methods might not reveal. Throughout his life, Tesla demonstrated how this technique could be applied to complex challenges. He often envisioned entire machines in operation, mentally adjusting each component before any physical construction. This approach was not only efficient but also a way to push the boundaries of creativity, turning the abstract into something tangible. This same process can be applied across various fields, from engineering to art and management. Beyond enhancing creativity, visualization has a profound impact on how we manage stress. When the mind is overwhelmed by worries, it tends to fall into a cycle of repetitive thoughts. Tesla's practice offers an alternative, redirecting attention towards seeking solutions. By vividly and detailedly imagining a problem being solved, the feeling of progress replaces anxiety, creating a calmer mental state. This not only reduces stress but also builds confidence in one's ability to overcome challenges. Examples of this technique abound, both in historical figures and modern practices. Thomas Edison, for instance, used brief naps to stimulate his creativity. He would relax while holding metal objects that would fall and wake him as he dozed off, leaving him in a receptive mental state for insights. This method of exploring the threshold between wakefulness and sleep is similar to Tesla's nighttime practices. Today, engineers and scientists use mental simulations before conducting experiments or building prototypes, saving resources and anticipating problems. Ordinary people can also benefit from this process. Consider a writer facing a creative block. Instead of forcing themselves to write during the day, they could, at night, imagine their characters interacting, visualizing the unfolding of the plot as if it were a movie. Upon waking, their unconscious mind has organized ideas that now seem clearer and more accessible. The same principle applies to everyday situations, such as planning an event or reorganizing a space. Visualizing the final outcome before acting helps prevent mistakes and saves time. This technique is also widely used by elite athletes. Many visualize their performances before competitions, imagining each movement with precision. Studies show that this type of mental rehearsal activates the same neural pathways as the actual execution of the action. This means the brain and body are better prepared to replicate the performance effectively. This approach not only enhances results, but also alleviates tension before critical moments. Tesla was a living example of how visualization can transform a vague idea into a practical solution. His ability to foresee details and solve problems before even putting them on paper serves as a reminder that the mind, when properly directed, has limitless potential. The simple act of imagining is not a passive exercise, but an active tool to shape reality and face challenges with greater clarity and purpose. This practice continues to inspire innovators, artists, and those seeking to explore the potential of their minds. Nikola Tesla often asserted that to understand the universe, one must think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. To him, these elements were not merely physical concepts, but fundamental principles governing everything from the functioning of machines to human behavior and the mysteries of the cosmos. His obsession with these ideas transcended science, approaching an almost spiritual vision where the interplay of vibrations shaped both the visible world and the more subtle planes of reality. Tesla saw the universe as an interconnected system of energies in motion. In his research, he explored how different frequencies could be used to transmit energy wirelessly, a revolutionary concept for his time that still inspires modern technologies. This vision also extended to the human mind. Tesla believed that our thoughts and emotions had their own vibrations, and that these vibrations could directly influence our reality. He even suggested that the mind, when tuned to the correct frequencies, could access sources of inspiration and knowledge beyond the reach of conventional reasoning. This understanding aligns deeply with modern practices like mindfulness and meditation, which also recognize the impact of mental vibrations on well-being and productivity. During meditation, for example, the brain often shifts into alpha or theta states characterized by brainwave frequencies that promote relaxation and creativity. This is a moment when individuals connect with a more harmonious vibration, allowing for profound insights and a sense of balance. Tesla, in his nightly practices of visualization and introspection, was essentially creating a similar space, tuning into the mental frequencies most conducive to creativity and problem-solving. Mental vibrations not only shape our internal perceptions, but also influence the environment around us. There is a natural synchronicity between our thoughts and the circumstances we attract. Tesla understood this as a universal law. The energy we emit returns to us in tangible or intangible ways. This idea, widely accepted in modern spiritual concepts like the law of attraction, reflects Tesla's view of how personal vibrations shape experiences. Combining his scientific understanding with spiritual sensitivity, Tesla also believed that high-frequency vibrations, those associated with elevated thoughts such as inspiration, gratitude, and focus, were the most powerful for transforming reality. He saw the mind as an antenna capable of tuning into specific frequencies of the universe. When properly adjusted, this mental antenna could access ideas that seemed to appear from nowhere but were, in fact, manifestations of those frequencies. Modern practices like sound therapy and guided meditation aim to replicate this vibrational alignment. Sounds with specific frequencies, such as binaural beats, are used to induce mental states that promote relaxation, focus, and expanded consciousness. Similarly, mindfulness practice encourages full presence in the moment, allowing the mind to achieve harmony. These practices resonate with Tesla's philosophy, which held that vibrational balance was the key to unlocking true human potential. Although Tesla was a man of science, he never dismissed the mystery and invisible potential of the energies interacting around us. His view that everything in the universe is governed by vibrations still echoes in modern studies of quantum physics and neuroscience. Today, scientists explore how particles vibrate at specific frequencies, sustaining matter and influencing the forces that shape the cosmos. This same principle applies to human behavior, suggesting that the choices we make, the thoughts we nurture, and the emotions we embrace are, in essence, frequencies we send out into the world. Thank you for reading. Subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends. See you in the next video.